In this series of videos, I'm going to walk you through some reasons why, if you own a business with one or more partners, there may be some benefits to adding a holding company to your business structure. And just to avoid any misunderstanding, when I talk about a holding company, what I'm referring to is a legal entity, whether that be an LLC or a corporation or some other legal entity, that doesn't have any operations. It doesn't make any products or provide any services to customers. It doesn't have employees. Its only assets are the stock or equity interest in another entity and a bank account. Those are the only primary assets of the holding company. So let's jump into reason number one, why a holding company structure may be beneficial for you. We're going to assume, for purposes of hypothetical, that we have an operating company, which is Operating Company LLC, and it's owned by 4 partners. We've got Kiana. She is the majority owner. She owns more than 50% of the issued equity interest in Operating Company. She controls the management and makes the decisions on behalf of Operating Company LLC. And she has 3 minority partners, Jose, Mary, and Steve. And reason number one, why the holding company structure may be beneficial to Kiana and her partners, is to simplify action execution. There are certain things that a company may want to do where having multiple owners creates a little bit of friction and becomes a little bit of an impediment to actually implementing what the owners want to do. One example would be a sale of the company. Let's say that Kiana and her partners want to sell Operating Company LLC. Even if all of the owners are on board with the sale, if they own directly interest in Operating Company LLC here, they are all 4 going to have to sign off on a purchase agreement. And they're all going to have to sign documents transferring their interests in Operating Company LLC to the buyer. So again, even if all 4 partners are on the same page, there's just a little bit of additional work here in getting everybody together to actually sign the documents they need to sign. And if any of Kiana's 3 minority partners are maybe apprehensive or don't want to do the deal, now the fact that you have to get that person's signature is going to be perhaps a major impediment. However, if they were to have a holding company in place, now in a sale of the equity interest of Operating Company LLC, the only seller is Holding Company LLC. Holding Company LLC is the only person or entity that owns a direct interest, equity interest in Operating Company LLC. And so instead of Kiana having to get all 3 of her partners to sign documents effectuating the sale of Operating Company LLC, Kiana can now, on her own, unilaterally, on behalf of Holding Company LLC, sign the purchase agreement. And after that transaction, each of Kiana, Jose, Mary, and Steve will still own their interest in Holding Company LLC. However, now, following the sale of Operating Company, Holding Company's only assets will be the proceeds of that sale. So reason number one, why the holding company structure may be beneficial if you own a business with 1 or more partners, is that it can make it much easier for you to execute certain actions that you decide to take with respect to your company.